You're trying to sell stuff?
Yeah.
Hello. Welcome back to another Ruffa Sports Cards video. In today's video, I do have more footage of some buyer POV I did at my local card shop's trade night that they host. They host it around once a month, but some months they don't host it, probably because of scheduling issues. But nonetheless, I was trying to do a deal here with a younger collector, and I had some issue arise down the line of working this deal out with him. So I figured I would make a video about what the difference between what the value of your card is and what someone would pay for it. Now, you might have someone ask you, or if you ever have done deals and all that with someone, you might ask them, do you want what the value of the card is, or do you want what I would pay you to be what I mention or talk about? Maybe some people might even say both. I've never really had someone say that, but when you're stickering cards, especially like post-it notes and like trying to keep track and remember what each individual price per card is, usually you'll use post-it notes, and then you will ask the person and you'll just come to an agreement on it. Do you want what I'll pay, or do you want what the value is? Now, the difference between those two can be significant, depending on who you're working with and all that. And the biggest thing about the value of your card is that's going to be what probably the most, or if not the most, the average or the last sale of the exact card that you have is. That'll be the value of your card. But that does not mean that that is the rock solid what you will get for that card all the time. Even if I buy a card and I think it's valued at, let's just say $5, does not mean that someone will buy that card from me for $5. Now, as a reseller of sports cards, I think the biggest thing that's different than, say, like a manufacturer of goods or someone who's wholesaling or drop shipping, some other business model like that, where you can buy 10,000 units at 10 cents a piece and sell them for $1.50, and then, make your profit there and have a for sure thing every single time you go to source. Sports cards is completely different. You do not have that same sanctity in singles. At least you can go and buy, maybe penny sleeves or boxes of cards, stuff like that, packs of cards. And that's a little different. You're going to see different business models within the sports card hobby and all that. For me personally, I love the single side of things. It's not a question mark about what you're getting. You're getting what you get, and that you cannot throw a fit. You can't just be like, oh, I'm upset because I paid $65 for a blaster box and got $5 of cards that someone won't even pay me $2 for. You know what you're getting when you go into singles. You know what you're getting when you go into lots. You know what you're expected to receive when you're focusing on these things. And that's really what I like to be in myself personally. Nothing against those people who aren't, but the difference between what I would pay is I have to make money. I have to have room to negotiate with somebody else. If I want to just say I'm holding on to that card for 3 months at a time, do I really want to? If I'm sitting on a card for 3 months, I might not want to keep that card anymore. I might want to offload it to myself, to somebody like me, that will pay me a certain percentage. Or I might want to run it on Whatnot, and maybe a $20 card, I get half of what the recent sold is. So buying at a certain percentage of the total value of what your cards are worth is pretty much standard across the hobby, and it has been for the longest time now. People kind of see what people offer on YouTube videos and all that, and they don't see how they go and sell to a repacker that'll then repackage these products and will then get 150% of comp themselves, or technically even lose money. They just need the inventory, so they pay a ridiculous price for them. And I don't think that's sustainable in the long run. I think eventually, as time goes on, people won't like repacks. People will learn that, oh, wait, it's just a different form of breaking or potentially, depending on how you see it, gambling. And then, even though you're mitigating your risk and hopefully getting into repacks that are better than some of the others I've seen out there, it can still be rough on your wallet. And honestly, I personally advocate for the singles world. That's what I do through and through, is singles, lots, and collection buyouts. That's the way I would personally suggest going about the hobby if you're ever curious about what my own recommendation would be. Now, the issue that arose was, you'll see in the later on in the video here, I asked him what I should put on the post-it note, if he wanted me to do what the value of the card was or what I would purchase them at. And I felt like that was pretty simple terminology to understand. What do you want, the value of the cards, or do you want what I would pay for them? And there's a big difference if you don't know what someone's going to pay for a card and you're working with the first time. I would suggest getting their number, what they would pay you. Now, especially because for me, I spent 30 minutes on this deal personally. Obviously, luckily, there wasn't many other people working at, or not working, but there wasn't any deals to work out or try to do at the trade night here. So I wasn't like completely out of time or wasting time there. I luckily priced out some cards for this younger collector with him, took 30 minutes of my own time. And then after, I did a collection buyout. So it did kind of work out. For both of us, he got prices on his cards that he knows those are last sold or, fair value. And hopefully he'll go and sell them to somebody that might pay him what he's hoping for him. But it would be nice, especially if that happened at a card show. I would not be as, especially if it was an adult, I would not be as okay and as not upset if it did happen at like a card show, or let's just say at or with an adult. Also, if it was an adult, I would be pretty much more like, you just wasted all my time here. I could have been doing way more effective things at a trade night where there's limited amount of people. I had already been, I was already known to buy out collections and all that, and people, whoever had stuff they wanted to sell, I would already, there was nothing there pretty much for the most part. So I'm okay with it. It's not like I'm upset at all about it, but under certain other circumstances, it could be very beneficial to both you as a seller and as a buyer, for the other person, to actually know what your cards are valued at and then know what you want for them. So let's say a vendor or somebody asks you what you want for your cards and all that, then you know what certain price or what the values of them are already. So if someone says that this card's valued at $100, you then already know that you value that card at $200. That's what the last sold for, and before that it did $300. And someone trying to get you to value it at $100, then you can say, no, thank you. That would be something I would agree upon. Definitely do not do deals with people like that. But when working out numbers, no, there is a difference, and there's usually going to be a substantial difference between what someone would value the card at and what they'll pay. Now, we're kind of in like a matrix scenario where I think we'll end up breaking out of it eventually here in the future, where people are paying wild prices, and I don't know how long that will last. So we'll see. But I think it would be very good if anyone learns from this experience that I had, where 30 minutes of the time could have been used better for for maybe even both of us potentially, because he could have been trying to sell it to somebody else and all that. I did look and pick out some cards, even though he was super high on the value of where they were valued at. But I did pick out some cards that I could buy out, and we did come to agreement. And I already have a video out. I'll put up the screenshot up here, but here's the point of me talking to him. What do you want me to put the stickers? Do you want me to do what we value them at, or what I'd pay for, or which one do you think? What value? Value? Yeah. Cool. Now, I know he's a younger collector, obviously, so obviously he'll learn as time goes on. But a good question he could have asked is, well, if we do value them at a certain price point, what would you pay off of that price point? Because then he would automatically know which what both those numbers are, or realize that maybe in the next 20 minutes might have not been used in the same aspect of me comping out all those cards. Also, I think time saving would have been having comps out for the cards and knowing what he would want, and maybe that 30 minutes turns into, let's just say, 6 or 7 minutes, and that's big time difference there. It can be very beneficial and very crucial for people, especially like me, to utilize the time as best as you can. So please do respect the time and all that. Put in your own time and know what you want for your cards, and know what you won't accept, and know what you will accept, and be happy when someone does offer you higher than you would accept. But so yeah, I thought I'd talk about another video also I saw. There's a YouTuber that goes by Clever Cuban Cards. I don't personally subscribe to him. I don't know. I don't. I'm not personally one that I'm not attached to his content style, or I don't know. But the big thing is that I do watch every now and then some of his videos, even though I'm not a subscriber, and that's okay. It's okay to not be a subscriber and still watch, but this does remind me also, if you do love these videos and you do want to support me more and more, I am going to leave a link down below in the description of this video and the rest of my videos from now on to join the channel membership program. I want to say a big thank you to the 4 channel members. You guys are literally the top 0.01% of all-time viewers of the channel and supporters. So I really do appreciate you guys. It costs, I think, $5.99 a month. And I'm sure that, especially if you use some of my videos and some of the topics and suggestions I use, that you'll make that $5.99 back, and more probably, hopefully. So the big thing for me is hopefully that Junk Card Dog, LJ, you got Volcano Joe, and Michael Debates. All 4 of those guys do stay around, but hopefully I can add more names to that 4. I didn't realize that there was an easy way for Apple users to actually go and subscribe, or just anyone in general. So go and check out the description down below. I will have that now linked in every single future video and all that, and I'll be talking about it maybe every other video or so. We'll see, probably for next couple videos, so be prepared. But I was watching a video where he had somebody send them a collection of cards, just completely, just like someone messaged him about just sending him their collection, and he said, sure, why not? And he's had other people send him their collection, all that. He didn't work out a single price point for the cards. He didn't ask them what the cards were. He didn't ask them if they can send any pictures or videos. This guy that messaged him literally never did a deal with him before this. If it was me personally, my biggest suggestion to you guys, especially if you guys do want to do this full time, do not do that. It doesn't matter how big you are on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you are. Don't have people just send you cards without at least knowing what you're getting into, what someone's expectations are per card and all that, or for the entire thing. Because say someone messages you, or someone messages me and someone says, I have a collection for you and I'm going to just send it to you. And I say, sure. If that person sends it to me and let's say they expected to get a number that was way out of my bankroll, for example, or like Clever Cuban had happened to him. He had four-row boxes full of cards sent to him from somebody that reached out to him, and he valued the cards at nothing. He literally only offered him based off the top loader value of cards, and that is just wild. Obviously, it completely... I understand baseball is completely different than bulk, like football. For example, football for me, I mean, shoot, if they were all top loaded, depending on the cards especially, no vet base and all that, I pay typically around 10 cents to 20 cents, depends on the lot and all that. If there's a whole bunch of vet base, if there's a whole bunch of like really good rookies and all that, I can even pay higher than 20 cents in collection buyouts with like thousands of cards. I'll pay like I think I've done as much as like 40 cents or so. Potentially, I think maybe 35 or so. Um, but yeah, so I do collection buyouts like that all the time. I would never have somebody just blindly send me their collection, not know that they're going to be okay with a offer that I would be okay with. I would never even have anyone just blind send me anything unless if I knew like what they were sending me, this and that and this and that. Like send me a video of it. I wouldn't even. I don't even know because what I would do personally is if I was in that situation, I would record every single card, me opening the entire box, and I would record me just opening it. And why would I do that? Because then someone can't say that, well, I sent you this card and this card and this card and this card, and that's not even in there. I think you're opening yourself to a very big liability and risk by doing something like that and something of that sort. Let's just say the dude says, well, I sent you four rogue boxes of cards, but there was a Kaboom Lamine Yamal in that card. It was a baseball lot. So soccer, it'd be more questionable, but who's to say that you didn't pocket that one card? Well, it was a Kaboom Aaron Judge 101 or something, gold to 10 or something, some big card like that, where now you're having to deal with someone saying that you had this card of theirs that now you have to figure out how you're gonna come up with this person did not send you that card, and now you're at risk for even sending the entire collection back. He has to send the entire collection back because he offered on the lot, it was 10 cents per card for like 4,000 cards or something crazy like that. Or some odd, I think it had to be 6,000 cards because he said $600. So I'm not too sure how he got his math there, but the big thing is that don't do that, guys. Don't have people send you collections without knowing that you guys have worked out I would say just work out a price, to be honest. You don't want I would say it's not worth the hassle of having someone send you the collection and then having the issues that arise with having to send it back. He's going to be out of pocket for the shipping there. It was large flat rate boxes. If he sends 4 of those out, I think it's like $80, 80 to $100, even close to that, probably even close to $100. But so yeah, he's going to be out $100. And he said like 5 hours of his time. He didn't say the exact dollar amount he's going to be out. He just said shipping, and he said that he sent them in flat rate boxes, large flat rate boxes. So I just baffled that somehow, some way that some people have situation arise like that, or how people even get themselves into it. Use your noggin, use your noggin. Don't have people you've never done a deal with send you collections, and work out numbers, guys. It's not even like, I don't know. I know there's another person that I talked to on Instagram. His name is, I don't want to say his name. I don't know anything. I don't know if he wants me to say his name at all, but talk to him a little bit every now and then, especially. He sent me a collection. I actually did a video on it. I'll pop it up here. But like I bought out his collection, all that, or one of his lots. And it had some good value, especially the time that I bought it. It was like just score release. So it was like the first release set of NFL year. So there was a ton of those cards in there, and I did really good on it. So, and there was like Topps Chrome 2024 also. So there was some really good stuff in there. Obviously now it might be not so wild, but for the time point that I did, it was a really nice lot. But he has people send them lots, or he has people that he said send them lots, send him lots, there you go. And he just works out the numbers. The dudes, say, I'm not really wanting to comp everything out. Just tell me a price you feel that's good for it, and then let me know. And that's what he does with, I know at least one person, maybe 2, he said. But that is crazy to me. I mean, that's trust, and that's just knowing you can work out deals with somebody, knowing that, I don't know, it would baffle me to do that. I'm glad that I haven't had anyone try to do that with me yet, but it's kind of one of those things. Just you never really know what's happening in the sports card world. There's a lot of different things I'll cut to the audio at the end here where we do have the realization that he's gonna be super high on value, and I'll just let the audio play out once it gets to a certain point here. But yeah, so there's another video I might want to do. It's a little different video than I usually do. It's kind of like I don't know, like it's one of those videos that some YouTubers would do where they talk about certain topics and situations that happen in the card world. So, for example, like I think like Pokey Rattle. There's some other ones. Sports Card Radio is the biggest one for card or sports cards for sure. That will just talk about a certain situation that's happened. There's a sports card YouTuber with more than 4,000 subscribers right now, and in a very old video they did, I talked about this on my Discord server. It's a free Discord server too, link down below. And I also even posted it on my Instagram story now. So if you're on my Instagram or my Discord server, you've already kind of know what I'm talking about and the situation that I'm talking about. But he talked to somebody selling off his collection to them, and his business partner or friend or whoever's with him next to him at the dealer table. I don't know. I've never seen him in other videos that they do. He says something about not having to pay taxes, or it's something to do with a big no-no. A big no-no. But yeah, a big YouTuber has, especially in the card world, has said that because it was cash that he was getting paid, he wouldn't have the paper or the trail of it being sent on, PayPal or cash, it won't have that online trail and that trace to it. And then thus someone said no taxes, and I can talk about that for an entire video. I just don't know. They're obviously a way bigger channel than mine. They have a lot more money than me too, so I don't know how much I want to talk about it, but it's very clearly what's said and all that in the video. And that's on them for posting it. I'm just surprised no one else has talked about it, is my biggest thing. Maybe if you want me to talk about it and make a video about it, I will. Not too sure, but I just didn't really like how that was said, and no one really even caught it. That's just not really okay, and hopefully they're not saying that to every single person they do a deal with, especially when the camera's not recording and all that. And how many more times have they said that to somebody? And that's why personally I never say anything to do with people's taxes. I always say, whenever I do talk about my own tax situation or my own opinion about taxes, that it's not financial advice. Ask an accountant and all that, because he can be very much on the hook legally for some things if that would be made transparent, that he used that as a negotiation tactic. Obviously, the main guy didn't say it himself. It was his, I'm assuming his buddy, because he was next to him at the table, and he said, the even dude said, our offer. So he was talking like they were together, and it was definitely the dude that said it is the same voice. But so yeah, we'll leave it at that. We'll see what arises from that. I obviously this is all just allegedly, and it is out there on YouTube right now. So he hasn't changed it. He hasn't edited the video. He hasn't removed the video. So it is out there in the public, and this is just my own interpretation of what happened. And this is nothing I say is, it's all my own opinion. I could be completely wrong. But again, I don't have any, I don't have anything against these people. It's just, I think it's pretty wild that some people in the hobby have had that actually be one of their selling points, and it's just not even cool, man. But nonetheless, Nonetheless, I will cut to the audio here, and we can see what went wrong here in the negotiation. And we can see what went wrong here in the negotiation. You got 8, 10, 2, 4, that'll be 18, then do 20, that'll be 120 value on those ones, and then 2, 4, 5. So 125 value.
Do you mind if I recount?
Yeah. No, I mind it.
Oh.
Okay.
I was confused when you said yeah. 20.
No, yeah, I know. That's why I was joking about it. Okay.
Oh, that's a 5. No, sorry.
Yeah, it's a 5.
It's like a 1. Okay, 50.
Yeah, my handwriting's bad.
It's okay.
Some of them I interspersed also. So those ones are $1 ones. These ones are $2 ones. These ones are the 4.
And it was 125.
Okay.
Yeah. That's good.
Would you do 90?
No. Like 120, I'd go down 5.
Okay. I probably couldn't pay that strong.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I was just saying, did you want me to do what I would pay or do what I would value on that?
What do you think about like 110?
Probably not even, sadly.
Super easy.
This one's got a crack in it anyway.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll pass on that one.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I just noticed it.
I've never
You ever seen that?
I haven't, no.
Okay, this is an error card. And it was 1989 score, right? It's not the pitcher. What's the error? See if you get which one you get it first. I'll give you a hint. It's not that.
Not what?
It's not this guy. That's not the error.
Oh,
What's different? There's something different about these cards. This one here is the first version, and this is the corrected version. You guys haven't seen it yet?
wait, his hand's down.
He's grabbing his crotch,
Yeah.
and then they had to correct it. Grabbing his crotch. Seriously, that's actually an error in the 89 score.
That's kind of funny.
So without the Jalen Hurts, you're at 105 value for the cards.
Yeah.
If you went and sold them on eBay, you'd get 80% of the value. These ones are. Tough. It's tough. Here, how about I just do that. Okay. 40, be 55, 105 minus 55. 7. Okay, without these 4, you're at $43 value. I'd pay you $35 for those ones without these ones. So those ones are the better cards. Figure that might be where I can help you out. You're at 43 without.
Sorry, I didn't see the
No, you're all good. I can recount them too for you.
What would you do on it?
35.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Alright, so that's all I got for this video. I appreciate you guys for watching. Taking it easy with me. I hope I see you in the next one. And deuces.